It's 5 o'clock. Good Wednesday morning, everybody. I'm Russ Lewis.
And I'm Brandy Smith in for Lisa. It is January 10th. We got a lot going on this morning. We're following two breaking weather stories around the globe, including those California mudslides and the earthquake just off the coast of Honduras.
Yeah, first, though, we're talking local weather with Cheetah this morning. It is a little wet out there, Cheetah.
It is. We're starting off with fog, a little bit of mist this morning, about a 20% chance you'll see that. But other than that, it's just going to be the clouds that I'm expecting to stay in place throughout the day. So visibilities this morning running anywhere from 3 to 4 miles, enough that I don't think it'll slow you down on the roadways, but enough. But take a look. You can see just a slight reduced visibility there, even looking at the buildings as you commute in this morning. That's a 45 right here. So temperatures around 52, winds are calm. Winds are going to stay mostly calm throughout the day today. So the main story is the cloud cover. Your January 10th, your Wednesday bus stop forecast. Grab the jacket. Even though temperatures in the 50s this morning, we will be topping out in the 60s this afternoon. We'll talk about when 20s are expected in the forecast, Darby.
Ooh, oh man, that just seems so cold. All right, good morning. Walking out the door, not that cold yet, just a little foggy out there. We're under a dense fog advisory. Just cleared up an accident, South Sam Houston Tollway westbound, right before the Southwest Freeway at Belford. All lanes have been reopened, no delays there. We have overnight road work. I thought it'd be down by now. It's not. It's Southwest Freeway inbound and outbound ramps to 610 southbound. Those are closed. You can see with our Houston Transtar shot, you have to go northbound. You turn it either Westheimer or San Felipe as your alternate route. Is this affecting the Southwest Freeway? At this point in time, not yet. You're just 29 minutes from Highway 36 into town. No delays on the West Park Tollway. 90A headed to the Med Center, just 9 minutes from Gessner to the Loop. Just look for fog in your area this morning.
Thanks, Darby.
It's 5:02 this morning. Deputies are looking for the teenagers that you can see in this video behind us here. It shows a couple of kids throwing another teenager into the trunk of a car.
Yeah, and the Harris County Sheriff's Office wants to know, was this just a prank or was it something more serious? Our Michelle Choi is live in Harris County. Michelle, what do we know about this video?
Well, guys, I've got to start off by telling you I watched that video and it's truly hard to tell if this was, like you mentioned, a big prank or a crime caught on camera. Deputies just as confused. That's why they need the public's help to ID those teens we're about to show you so they can get to the bottom of this. Now, caught on surveillance camera, you're going to see a teenage boy wearing shorts being chased by two other teens. It's hard to tell if he's in trouble or if the group is just messing around. But check out how it ends. The boy is picked up, legs dangling, and stuffed into the trunk of the car. A bizarre and scary scenario that happened at the parking lot of a Popeyes in Tomball. We spoke with the manager of the store who was there when it all went down.
It was scary because we actually in the building and didn't even see what was going on. So I hope that whoever it is, that he's okay.
And Matthew tells us it was a driver passing by that actually noticed the odd situation and alerted her. Deputies now searching for the three teenage boys. Two you see there doing the chasing and another who was apparently sitting in the car. Again, investigators aren't sure if this situation was just a couple of teens playing and messing around or if that boy was truly in trouble. So they need your help to get some of that information. If you know anything, give the Harris County Sheriff's Office a call. Guys, back to you.
All right, thank you. Michelle Choi out there live in Harris County for us. Breaking this morning, a magnitude 7.6 earthquake shook the coast of Mexico and countries in the Caribbean and Central America. The quake hit 27 miles off the coast of Honduras late last night. Now, so far, there have been no reports of serious damage or deaths. But also breaking this morning, 13 people are dead and searchers are trying to find others trapped by mudslides in Southern California. So far, heavy rain buried several major roads under tons of mud, including the 101 freeway. That's the main connection between Ventura and Santa Barbara, an area where wildfires burned tens of thousands of acres.
Here's a look now at some of the other top stories we're following for you on this Wednesday morning. While you were sleeping, a federal judge in San Francisco temporarily blocked President Trump from ending the DACA program, which protects undocumented immigrants who came to the U.S. as children from deportation. The fate of the so-called dreamers has been unclear for months. Yesterday, the president, though, invited lawmakers from both parties to the White House. As part of any deal, the president wants Congress to set aside $18 billion, though, to build a border wall along half of the Mexican border. Steve Bannon has left Breitbart News after falling out with President Trump and his allies with that new White House tell-all Fire and Fury. In that book, the president's former strategist called Donald Trump Jr. treasonous for meeting with a Russian lawyer in Trump Tower. The author quoted Bannon calling the president's daughter Ivanka dumb as a brick. Former Maricopa County Sheriff Joe Arpaio is running for U.S. Senate when Jeff Flake retires in Arizona. Just 6 months ago, the president pardoned the 85-year-old in an immigration case. The conviction involved racially profiling Latinos, which the court said violated their rights.
Now to a video that is all over the internet this morning. A Louisiana middle school teacher gets removed from a school board meeting, then dragged from the building in handcuffs. Take a look at the video. You can see Daisha Hargrave on the ground. The city marshals holding her, then pulling her away in those cuffs. She'd been questioning the board after it voted to give the superintendent a $30,000 raise, and Hargrave's series of questions prompted the board's president to rule her out of order. Well, when she tried to ask questions again, they ordered her to leave. Moments later, she ran into the marshal in the hall, and that's when it got physical.
If a teacher has the authority to send a student who is acting up in the classroom and she can't control out of the classroom to the principal's office, under our policy, we have the same rules.
So that was the school board president talking about the incident. He called Hargrave's questions a, quote, petty personal attack on the superintendent. The city attorney says after watching that video, he won't be pressing charges.
All right, 5:07. Let me get you out the door here for your Wednesday morning commute. We're starting off with some patchy fog. Storms expected tomorrow, and then we have a very cold weekend ahead. I'm talking 30s Saturday morning, 20s expected Sunday morning. You'll see that here on our 7-day. Fog this morning, almost widespread. You can see the visibility's not enough. I don't think it'll slow you down just yet. If visibilities continue to drop, then it possibly could. But at this point, visibility is between about 3 to 4 miles, 10 in Galveston, 10 in Palacios. But you can see even on the north side, between about 3 to 4 once you go from Bush Intercontinental Airport up to Conroe, the Woodlands, that area. So once you get on the roadways, it's going to be a little bit of a mist, some kick-up spray, so you'll have to get those windshield wipers going. Make sure you have the jackets ready. Even though we're starting off in the 50s, it's feeling pretty chilly this morning when you factor in some of that mist. 64 by your lunchtime hour. High temperatures go to 66. We stay under a pretty thick deck of clouds pretty much all day today, so even as that fog lifts, the clouds stay in place. Rain chances will be limited today. They're really going to kick in for tomorrow. Now, tomorrow morning's commute, 24 hours from now, I think we'll still be mostly dry. I still think it'll be some fog in the forecast, maybe a slight shower, but that's about it. Tomorrow, midday, that's when a few strong storms could roll through. I'm expecting anywhere from a half to maybe even isolated amounts up to about 1.5 inches. So that kind of accumulation here for your midday. It should start to roll in about 9, 10 o'clock in the morning, northwest side, and then start to exit the area maybe 6, 7 o'clock tomorrow evening. And then mostly dry as we head into our overnight hours, completely dry and sunny for your Friday. Temperatures start to drop, and then once that front clears by Friday evening, we have 2 fronts that'll be pushing through. Look what that does. Saturday, we're in the mid to low 30s. Sunday, I'm expecting everyone pretty much below the freezing point. That 29 is in town. There could be some areas that are getting down more into the mid-20s Sunday morning, Darby, north of town. So it's going to get bitter cold come Sunday morning.
That is
Think of the
bitter
marathon
cold.
runners.
That's right.
That's
and
right.
Lisa Hernandez is going to be running the half marathon if she's healthy enough. That's going to be, I'll be sitting in front of the fireplace. That's just the best place to be for me. All right, let's get you out the door. The only one thing we have working besides fog is overnight road work. Part of this 6-year project on this Southwest Freeway, inbound and outbound ramps to the West Loop. Tonight, or this morning, they have the ramp to the West Loop southbound completely blocked off both directions out here. So you're coming in the Southwest Freeway, you're forced to go northbound. So if you do that, go to Westheimer U-turn or go down to San Philippine U-turn. Those will be your alternate routes. You can see right now, no effect to traffic. It's only 5:10 in the morning, so not that big of a deal. Looking to the east side, you got fog issues to deal with, but quiet traffic. 28 minutes on I-10 coming in from Baytown, Grand Parkway to 45. Highway 225, if you're headed to the refinery, is just 14 minutes between 146 and 610. That should be both directions. And Highway 90, as you come in from Dayton or Crosby, it's just a 14-minute ride to get from Crosby and Lynchburg into the I-10 merge.